Hi guys, I'm back again. I've actually gotten on a real roll this week. Sorry, I've got a dog wanting to play tug of war with me. But I just wanted to hop on here because I've decided I am going to write BeautyCon a letter about my experience on Saturday. And I just wanted to kind of give you guys, what I have written, to see if there's anything else you think I should include if you guys went to BeautyCon Dallas, or if you think there's anything that I should possibly reword. And the main reason I actually wanted to come on here and share this is for those of you that may have attended a BeautyCon in the past and did not have that terrific of an experience like myself on Saturday. If you didn't speak out to BeautyCon, I want to encourage you to do so because they have a lot of improving to do with their event organizing and everything. So, I'm going to get on with it. This is the exact letter I have written, short of a couple sentences that, I kind of want to keep myself anonymous, in certain terms from you guys, because, I don't want to give out my last name and stuff like that. But here it goes. I will pull it up and I will read it to you. To whom it may concern, I host a YouTube channel under the name of OX Glitter Diva XO, on which I utilize my middle name, Alexis, as my actual name to avoid any unwanted attention. Recently, I attended your BeautyCon event in Dallas, Texas on March 14th, 2015, utilizing a so-called pro ticket that I purchased in January. I just thought you should know that this was my first BeautyCon experience and first beauty convention overall, and that my experience was supremely disappointing to the degree of being highly underwhelming. There are a number of issues that I would like to bring to your attention to hopefully encourage you to drastically improve your events. They are as follows. Number 1. The representative that trained the volunteers at the entrance apparently didn't reinforce these volunteers that BFF's Pro and Platinum tickets were to start entering the venue at 9:30 a.m. These poor girls knew things were supposed to start at 9:30 a.m., yet they felt they needed her approval to actually start letting the mass numbers of these ticket holders inside. So they waited 10 to 15 minutes for her to return to the table in order for these ticket holders to gain their early access. I myself was first in line, and I heard numerous people behind me, not to mention myself, getting irritated that we weren't being allowed our access on time. Number 2. Upon finally gaining entrance to the venue and seeing just how poorly decorated the venue was and becoming immediately and highly unimpressed and even underwhelmed, I promptly made my way to the BC store to retrieve my bag of swag and complimentary t-shirt, hoping these would bolster my mood. They inquired my size, of course, to which I replied, "Give me the largest one you have," seeing that I am a plus-size woman averaging around size 20. They gave me a 2XL, which is all well and good, but the shirt was maybe more suited to being a size 2XL for children. I know that there are plenty of plus-size ladies like myself, and gentlemen also, that attend your events, and I could only imagine how offended they felt when they too received a skinny mini 2XL t-shirt, especially if they were larger than myself. I plain and simply feel as though you do not care enough to cater to us plus-size people, that you would rather spend your time and money trying to cater and appeal to only the supermodel thin crowd. I feel as though I and others like me were discriminated against, because it was apparently overlooked, deliberately or not, that you have plus-sized followers and paying guests. Number 3. From there, I ventured to the NYX booth, which was one of the 3 larger booths. The other 2 were occupied by the BC store and Tarte Cosmetics. Despite being one of the larger booths, there was still barely room for anyone to move around inside the display area. Very disappointingly crowded. Even though at this point in time, it was only the BFFs, Pro, and Premium ticket holders. The setup itself was nice, since that was organized by NYX themselves, but the fact that more space wasn't allotted was sad at best. Number 4. After visiting NYX and a quick walk around the venue, sadly it was quick because there was nothing else of even remote interest to me, I made my way to the waiting line for Graveyard Girl's meet and greet at the Tarte booth. From there, things only went downhill even more. I knew there would be a lot of people to attend her meet and greet, so I wanted to get a decent spot in line. So I was willing to wait for it. Finally, time came, and Bunny arrived on the scene, and of course everyone in line was ecstatic. From everyone's understanding, or at least from my own and the people in line near me that I spoke with, the way things were supposed to go was there was supposed to be a method of pulling from both the paying guest line as well as her contest winners line to avoid anyone having to wait in line too excessively long. Although it was known that some would have to wait a lot longer than others. However, last minute, the plan was changed, and not for the better. It became decided, and I don't know who made the call, but whoever did was an idiot. But it was changed to where all of these non-paying winners, 500 people mind you, all got their turn first. We paying customers were going to have to be the ones to wait the longest. I'm sorry, but I didn't pay my hard-earned money for a pro ticket to have my time and money wasted to be in last place for a meet and greet, because from my understanding, Pro and Platinum tickets were supposed to be granted expedited passes for meet and greets, and for no instance whatsoever was I given an expedited pass. Another thing that made this so preposterous: the traffic wasn't rerouted to the other side of the booth so that people in the meet and greet line could get through easily to make things pass more smoothly. And there were dozens upon dozens of people that noticed she was there that were not legitimately in the meet and greet line that were flocking around her area of the booth. Both the traffic heading to the main stage area of the venue, which there was not much in addition to the stage at this end of the venue, made it nearly impossible to even get to Bunny for the actual meet and greet. And given the fact there wasn't much near the stage, traffic could have easily been rerouted around the other side, and these droves flocking around the booth itself should have been forced to move out also. To top that off, I understand that the line was insane, but to barely give anyone 5 seconds with Bunny was a bit absurd. That is barely enough time to say hello, let alone get a photo taken with her. At least give people 15 to 20 seconds with someone during a meet and greet instead of a hello and a photo, and then they have to get the hell out of the way for the next person. That is literally what it felt like we were being told to do. To get the hell out. And I surely know that wouldn't be what Bunny would have wanted us to feel. I hadn't even made it half a step to leave the meet and greet area of the booth, and they were already letting the next person in from a mere 5 feet away, if that. I firmly believe that Bunny knew she had no control over it, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure she felt horrible that she didn't, and wasn't even being given at least a few more seconds with each person. Sorry, my dog again. This time she wants to play ball. Anyway, moving on. Number 5. After finally being able to get through the crowd at the entrance to the meet and greet for Graveyard Girl, I had to rush, at least to the best of my ability, trying to navigate through a sold-out crowd to the other end of the venue because I wanted to meet Breland, known as Glitter Forever 17, on the second stage. Again, I was not granted an expedited pass as a pro ticket holder. I was next to go up on stage to meet who I wanted, more specifically Breland, when all of a sudden, the meet and greet portion of the panel was put to an abrupt end and the panel was being rushed off the stage. There should have been some semblance of order here, and there was none at all. When they knew it was time to start wrapping up this meet and greet, they should have gone down the line to determine a good stopping point, leaving a security officer at that point, and start disbanding the line from that point back, allowing the handful of people ahead of that point to be the end of the line and not take on more people. Just kindly tell those that would come up, sorry, but we are wrapping this up, this is the end of the line, and we aren't taking any more people. Did that happen? Did someone have the common decency to think about this approach? No, absolutely not. Leaving me at the edge of the stage with a handful of handmade gifts for Breland. I managed to catch her attention long enough to let her know the stuff I had in hand was for her, then I made my way out of the area. However, when the people behind me heard that the meet and greet was being stopped right that minute, I had people push past me and rush the stage to meet the panelists. Breland included as being one that was to be met by the 2 or 3 girls immediately behind me. As I made my way away from the area, I heard the poor excuse of a security officer paging over the handheld radios for help because they had lost control at the stage area. Well, yeah, no kidding. You know why? Because he didn't halfway pay attention to what he was doing. He also saw my hands were full of stuff before the stage rush was even made, and I just simply asked, can I just give this to her really quick, then I will be out of your hair. I wasn't even going to try to get a picture with her. I was just going to give them to her and move on. I am a 37-year-old woman, not a teenage girl that is beside herself with excitement and going crazy over these people like they're Justin Bieber. He couldn't even acknowledge that I asked a question. He just completely ignored me. Not to mention the clusters behind me that rushed the stage, all because he failed to pay attention, as I mentioned a moment ago. Needless to say, after the clusters of people behind me rushed the stage, that is when I managed to catch Breland's attention for a brief moment as she was leaving the stage. To let her know the gifts in my hands were for her, then I set them in the chair like she gestured for me to do, and I left the area. I don't even know if she got the gifts. That's that not just I left in the chair for her, but the gifts that everyone else had given her during the main portion of the meet and greet. If she didn't, that will leave me highly disappointed, as I had made all of them by hand just for her, her fiancé, and her mother. I got a message later that night from her on my Instagram that was very sweet. It made me, as a nearly 40-year-old woman, want to cry like one of those crazed teenage girls because it was so endearing, and that message will forever mean more than words can say and resonate with me, because she felt that she had to take it upon herself to apologize for the ignorance around the meet and greet situation at your extremely disappointing event, the so-called BeautyCon, which didn't even amount to a hill of beans. By this point, I was getting increasingly irritated and disappointed by the minute. But I realized I'd forgotten to give Bunny one more gift that was in my pocket, a small jewelry gift box with a handmade necklace in it, so I made my way back down to the tart booth again. I lucked out being able to catch Bunny's boyfriend with no one flocked in front of him. Yes, the other droves of people were still flocked around the booth, swooning over Bunny herself, and they were not part of the meet and greet line and hadn't been part of it, and asked him to please give her the small box in my hand that I had forgotten to give her earlier when I gave her the stuffed animal alligator, and he said he would make sure she got it. I was also able to tell him that I had left some gifts for her to share with him also. His eyes lit up, and he told me thank you. I told him thank you as well, and went on my way. Soon after, I found a somewhat uncrowded spot and decided to try to vlog a little bit. It was very short-lived, but with each second I tried to vlog, the more disappointed, angry, and discouraged I got with the thought of staying in this disaster another minute. As I closed the vlog segment, I decided to leave the event completely. So I did, and walked 10 minutes to a restaurant a few blocks away, just because I didn't want to be near the immense disappointment I formerly knew as BeautyCon Dallas. In conclusion, this event was a waste of my money and a waste of my time. You guys have some serious improving to do. If you expect me to attend again, not to mention a few others I've run across that shared my experience, you guys first and foremost really need to focus on making the whole thing feel like everyone is welcome. Actually decorate the venue and make it feel inviting instead of like a vacant warehouse. Have genuinely extended sizes for your t-shirts too. Secondly, work on your organization of everything and be more courteous to your guests. Find better means of distinguishing BFF's Pro and Platinum ticket holders from the general admission holders, and actually hold to your promise for expedited lines for these pricier tickets. And when closing meet and greet lines, trust me and take my advice. Go back 30, 40, maybe even 50 people in line, station a guard, and disband people further back from that designated group of people that will be the end of the line. Another thing that you need is more reputable vendors, not just a measly one or two. If you can't have at least 10 well-known vendors, don't hold the event. Make this thing worth going to. Work with these vendors to have special event discounts on their products also, not just for the preferred tickets and BFFs. Extend those discounts to everyone in attendance. You'd be amazed how much more revenue all of you can make if you work together and give even small event discounts for everyone there. Furthermore, as compensation for the poor experience, perhaps you could cover the cost of my ticket and transportation for the next Dallas event. Please do not take this as one irate attendee trying to get something for free. I encourage you to please check out reviews on all social media platforms to see what others are saying about their own experiences with your BeautyCon events. I've been seeing a lot that say that all of your events are like this, and I want better for all of you that work behind the scenes to make these events even possible. Please allow any negative reviews, past and present, to help encourage you to bring your A game. Thank you for your time. Sincerely, Glitter Diva. So, that is pretty much my entire letter. I'm actually going to attach pictures of me wearing the t-shirt they gave me. It looks like I had to be melted down and poured into the damn thing. You can see all my fat rolls in all their glory, and it is not a pretty picture. I will actually post those pictures for you guys just so you can see exactly what I'm sending to BeautyCon. And I will be sending it, within minutes after I close this video down. But anyway, if you guys would like to, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel, so please click that little subscribe button down below. If you have any questions for me, if you have any suggestions, by all means, leave them in the comments, or you can leave them for me on my Twitter or my Instagram, especially Instagram. I'm really active on there. And my handle on those is @OXGlitterDivaXO. And I will see you guys soon with another mini haul. I decided to pick up a few more of the CoverGirl Lava Lips as well as a couple other items. So I will see you guys later. Bye.